Well, hello. Uh, Today's quick video is I really just want to jump on. It's been something I've been practicing for a while now and trying to think about, so I thought I would share it with you. I've been reading the book, and it's about when we find ourselves in situations that we can't control or we can't get out of, and we usually get ourselves stressed, anxious and annoyed about them. And it's a very simple phrase that they always say, go back to, think about. And it's, I can't change it. And I may say, well, it is really a simple phrase. But really what the author was saying and what he means about it, I was definitely used to be, still can be at times, the type of person who would find himself in a situation, like say being sitting in traffic. And I hate being late for anything. I hate being late for meetings from work. I hate being late going to gyms or doctor's appointments, anything. I always like to leave myself enough time and have things scheduled out. But sometimes things happen and that's not possible and we end up running late. When that would happen, I would find myself getting really annoyed, anxious, frustrated. And there was a time I remember I was sitting in the car, and it was a few months back when I had started reading this book, and I was going into Belfast in the morning. City centre traffic was chaos. I could feel myself getting so annoyed and anxious. I was looking at my knuckles, they were white through the skin of my hands when they were sitting squeezed in the steering wheel. I was that annoyed, and I was just going to myself, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be late. What am I going to do? And I thought to myself, what was that saying in that book? Well, actually, I can't change it. So I started a couple of deep breaths, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to arrive when I arrive. There's nothing I can do now at the minute. Either I can arrive in a state in which I'm calm, or I can arrive in a state of being flustered, being annoyed, being agitated. So I started to look around me for some nice things that I could appreciate when I was sitting in the car in the traffic. And it was like even just that I was sitting in a warm car because it's winter and it was freezing outside. The fact that I could listen to a good podcast or a nice song. The fact that it was healthy and I was going to make them eat. So it changed my state of mind and it allowed me to calm down and relax a little bit. And you see it all around you. Like I was in Argos and we were collecting gifts before Christmas. And in doing so, there's a massive line. It was really busy. You could see the guys behind the counter were under a lot of stress. We were going to be there for a while. And there was people pacing around saying, this is a disgrace, I'll never be back, I'm sick of this here. Why is it so busy? Why did I have not more staff on? It was the way it was. They had a lot of people on, so it was a really busy time. So I had used that time. I ended up sitting for 45 minutes, listened to a podcast. I was even reading some of the book that I had in the car. I shot out and got the book and started reading some of that. So I used that time really myself, just because there's no point in being annoyed. I may as well chill out and just accept the situation for what it is. Because there were so many people in the shop actually getting really agitated, really flustered, and they weren't going to be able to change it. So I can't change it, so there's no point in getting annoyed about it. So that's the way I was trying to do. So on that negative situation where I would have definitely got really flustered by this here and probably been ranting and raving at customer service, I used that as a time, really a self-development, read a book and listen to a good podcast. And so it's a simple phrase, but it's something, if you really think about it, when you find yourself in one of those situations, you can't change it, you may as well take what's good from it. Try and take something good from that situation. Like another big one, you can see with my hand here, it's in a splint now, but before Christmas, I broke my thumb and my hand just got put into a cast. I got it taken off there last week. That is definitely something that I would have got so annoyed about in the past. I can't express to you how much that would have affected me. But when I broke it, my first thing I thought about was A, I can't change it, and B, to try the good from it. So it was calm, it's only a thumb. There are people in worse off situations than I am every single day with their health. So I should be appreciated that I've got the rest of my body and my thumb will heal and I will be fine. That would have really annoyed me that I would have been able to train properly, but I got into the gym every day. I'd done something else, usually done a lot of leg work. The coaches program stuff for me that allowed me still to train. So I've still been able to do something that I really like to do. And even test me further. My wife, I'm so lucky that she ended up, as part of a Christmas surprise, she told me on Christmas Day we were actually going skiing. And there's me sitting looking at the cast in my hand, going, oh my God. But it didn't let it annoy me. We all went and we had a brilliant time. And one of the important things is when you're taking something away from a negative that happened, I wasn't going to be able to work, so I spent a lot of time actually working on a talk I want to give. It's something I had wanted to give before Christmas, but the time didn't feel right for me, so it's something that happened hopefully now early in the new year. I am doing a talk with My for a business next week in Magherafelt, so that's quite exciting. But I used that time then to be able to develop that talk and write out more ideas for what I want to talk about and what I want to speak about. So if something happens, you can feel yourself getting annoyed and flustered about it, and you're in a certain situation, try and remember that wee phrase, I can't change it. It's simple, but when you can't, you may as well take something good from it. By getting stressed, anxious and worried and annoyed, the only person you're affecting is you. So just try and look at it from a different point of view. And it's about just changing a mindset and looking at a situation differently, and you end up feeling a lot better for it. So try it the next time, see how it works for you, because I'm sure we all get that situations where we do get annoyed. But listen, good luck, take care, and see you all soon.